Aries, second half of November 2024. All right, let's get started. So let's have a look which kind of theme is the prevalent one, the major one for this period. Let's have a look at it together. I am really having some goosebumps. I'm the Aries myself, so really, when I try to do something, especially for myself, I'm just like, oh gosh, there will be something revelating, all right? Oh, spiritual law of attraction. Whatever is within, that is without. Can you imagine? So even the eyes of this guy, it's just like, gosh, what is in there? So I feel like everything actually is created here in coherence with that law of attraction more and more. And especially I think the Aries during this age of enlightenment, they feel it a lot because we do so much work here, and this is one of the most enlightenment oriented sign. There is lots of spiritual awakening actually happening specifically around Aries, and you may experience different symptoms, especially in your head area, in your body probably. So I experience it myself. There needs to be lots of cleanse done through this period, and truly the law of attraction is stepping into the way of Aries a lot, because we are so much tuned to reflection as a sign. Like as a sign, the Aries, one of its representations when it's looking backwards like this, not even forward but backwards, right? So why is it a representation of an Aries that way? The only sign, by the way, which is looking backwards. So it is showing us we are truly reflective, right? We are truly reflective beings, and despite all the representations of ours, just like we are very pushy, we are very rushy, you know, we are not patient, but in fact we move forward in life the fastest, one of the fastest moving signs. In fact, why? Because we are capable to reflect. We are capable to reflect and learn, in fact, from our mistakes. Either way, we fall down the big amount of times, but we also step up. We step up. We are very determined in that. So we learn the most. And someone needs to take that role, right? All right. So even the spiritual law of attraction is on a high wave, specifically in the second half of November, then what it shows me, we need to ride that wave effectively. So what can we do to ride it effectively? From the perspective of myself, I want to see how can I utilize this wave the most. From the perspective of my relationships, I want to really see, maybe I will attract some new relationships, or maybe I should not even step into new relationships. Maybe I should close myself down from the world. I don't know. I really need to understand how I can ride this wave more effectively, what will be the best recommendation here, and also career-wise, what I need to pay attention to so that all my aspirations in career, right, they would come to fruition. Because you remember, Aries, I've been doing this reading for November 2024 for you not long ago, and specifically for you for November, you had that lady, the tree, right? The self-nurturing aspect, 10 of Pentacles. And that's actually the card of wealth, the card when we attract abundance. And we must have that attitude of nurture and nourishment towards whatever we create, right? And in fact, it's coming truly into coherence with this law of attraction and all the manifestations, because once we open ourselves to that nurturing perspective, guess what? We start receiving so much more in life. So I'm truly happy for us, Aries, for the second half of November. Let's have a look how we can ride this cycle of the second half, specifically so that we could really become much more effective in our manifestations, how we can truly attract the best ever into this second half of the month, really ride this wave more effective from the perspective of ourselves. I really want to see that. So Page of Pentacles. So which kind of advice the universe is giving? Oh my God, the Magician. Can you imagine? The Magician. They are truly two magicians. Do you see this guy? So it is like, what is this? The Magician. All right, so I have the goosebumps actually. We need to take care about what we desire here, because it seems like everything will be speed up. So Knight of Pentacles, and it's truly the material aspect of life will be under these manifestation laws, specifically in your career, seems like it, Aries. And the Chariot. The Chariot is in fact, do not slow it down. Just keep on moving. That's how it is. So what I see in here, so we have this wonderful combination of these two cards, and it's just like Aries, this is a powerful combo, and you need to continue having that nurturing attitude towards what you are building. And do you see how this Knight of Pentacles, he is sitting strongly over this horse. He's really ruling over the strings, this horse, but the horse is not actually moving too much. The horse is content, meaning that you don't want to rush too much. You know, one of the principles on the chessboard, whenever you have a winning position in the game, there is a principle, no hurry. You don't want to really move too much. You want to become that observant. You want to have that hold over the strings. You already have a lot, do you see, which is accumulated there. You already have some rulership over the horse. You already gained certain skills. You're already in a very good stable position. And it just says, hey, keep on moving, but do not rush. In the moment you start rushing, you can actually lose it all, because there are many circles which start speeding up around you. So you need to really keep that focus over what you are building. Okay, just like that page. The page may go in two directions. He may descend. He's still not the master, but things already started speeding up here, right? The law of attraction. So it seems like you really need to be the master of your focus areas, especially in the second half of the month. Now, what can break this focus? Let me show you. What can break this focus? I don't need even to be the tarot reader to tell you. The focus may be broken, all what you create here, by these worms inside your brain. What are these worms, do you think, Aries? These are doubts, concerns. What if it will not work? What if it will not work? Then, guess what? You start creating a really destruction to the house which you are building. With one hand, you are creating. With another one, you say, no, it's not possible. Who you are to say it's not possible? Just keep on going, keep on doing. You know, if I would listen to all my doubts, in fact, since my childhood, to all the naysayers around me since my childhood, I would not be where I am today. I would not be running the 7-figure successful business. I would not be living in Canada. Initially, I came from Siberia. I would not be happily married for more than 10 years. My mom actually never had a happy marriage. She was living with a man whom she didn't respect, in fact. And she was treating him not in a really great way, and finally he became an alcoholic. So you imagine which kind of environment I stemmed from. So it took me a while to recollect myself from all these pieces and be where I am today. If I would be hearing all these environment naysayers, if I would be listening to all these worms and not having that determination within me, I would never be sitting in front of you saying what I am saying today, all right? So this is very, very important to have this in mind, especially for you Aries. You have that potential to ride this wave successfully. That's why just know all the universe literally like singing for you for these months. Hey, keep on going. Do not doubt. Just do it. You know this phrase, just do it. And do not rush. For us, one of the things which can really break everything is that impatience. So we have to have this in mind when we build something, when we open up this new cycle of creation, when we start really unwiring this momentum, right? Building that power of momentum. And for us light workers especially, sometimes we, because of the lack of patience and because of the lack of some structure inside, we may not be able to build that power of momentum, but this is exactly what's required to make this work and ride this wave of the law of attraction successfully, right? Do you see the eyes of this guy? He is extremely focused, maybe not that kind, but focused. I would say I see that extreme focus in there. This guy as well, he's extremely focused and balanced. So that's what we need to build on, right? And this horse, it's the only horse, by the way, in all the knights, in all the court cards, which is not riding like crazy. It is not rushing anywhere. It is standing still, right? It is actually in that deep reflective mode, but at the same time, it does those steps in a measurable way, recollecting all the wealth, all the goodies, all the rewards, right? That type of attitude you want to have during this period, dear Aries. Now, let's see how we can nurture and nourish our surrounding and relationships. Do we need actually to be in a secluded that mode, to kind of close down from the world a bit, or we need to step out and really open ourselves with something new from the surrounding? I would love to see how we can ride that wave of manifestation of the law of attraction specifically in the most effective way, because sometimes it's better to shut yourself down. Sometimes it's better to go out, right? So I'm interested for myself even. What would be the better way? Oh, the Lovers. The Lovers, 3 of Wands, and 6 of Pentacles. All right. 9 of Cups. So all the sequence is saying to me, just step out to the world. Step out and deal with the world head, right? It's not the time for seclusion. It's not the time for that kind of like, hey, I'm just here. I'm hiding from the world. I'm in my cozy environment. No, actually, love principle is extremely active. In order to find your feet, you need to go out into the world and find that bee in the world which will pollinate this beautiful rose, right? It is not happening inside. So we already are ready. We are attracting. Remember, we are into that attracting mode. And then the proper bee will come to the rose. Right? So we are those roses, right? And then the bee will come. The bee will pollinate everything. And then the proper steady growth will come. Do you see how from the caterpillar steadily, but in a very, very, at the same time, safe way, we rise to the level of the butterfly from the caterpillar. It may be somehow chaotic in the middle, it is fine, but we go through that in a steady way. Okay, because we understand the cycles, and that's why I'm doing the whole reading for you, so that you would understand either you deal with the world during this period or you shut yourself down, right? And actually 6 of Pentacles is giving you that idea that all the flowers need that fresh air. You need to get out, you need to actually create those flowers, you need to plant them into a specific soil, and it's all work, it's external work. So you clearly want to deal with this world and start unwinding your new reality, and just believe and trust that it will be the rising cycle now for you, dear Aries. All right, I hope that you are fully equipped for this second half of the month, and you know what to do to truly ride your wave of spiritual law of attraction.